Welcome to Princess Petals and Fairy Dust Florals. Today we're going to do a wrap bouquet. It is something that can be presented to your recipient that really gives you more bang for your buck. So stay tuned. The first thing we're going to use is tissue paper, and this is not just the kind of tissue paper that you would use from, say, Walmart or Family Dollar. This is floral tissue paper, and if you can see, it has kind of a shine to it. It's because it is a waxed tissue paper. And the reason you want to use a waxed tissue paper is because if you put water on a regular piece of tissue paper, it is definitely going to disintegrate and fall apart. Whereas this waxed tissue paper allows it to get a little bit moist or wet without it falling apart. So first thing we're going to do is put your tissue paper down. And if you're ever buying flowers at a grocery store, they will usually have like these nice little flimsy organzas. I always save them, and that way we can use them just to frill up your wrapped bouquet. So first you're going to want to do is put down your greenery in a corner. So kind of like, almost like you're going to wrap a baby up in a diaper, but you're going to put your greenery down. You can put 1 or 2 pieces or however many you're allotting for with the budget that your customer has given you. Then next you're going to take your stems of flowers, and on the shaft it will have different pieces of greenery. You will definitely want to take those off, just because you want the most amount of water going to the blooms as possible. So take off the little pieces of greenery through there, and then you're going to want to stair stack them down. Now I am also putting some filler flower, and this is baby's breath or gypsophilia in between. So you have your focal flower, your content flower, and your filler flower. And so today I'm using just a content flower and a filler flower. So I am stair stacking them down. I want to take off the greenery so that, and also any flowers that might look a little wilty, just go ahead and just snap those off, because you don't want that in your bouquet. I'm going to add a little more baby's breath to it. And there we have a nice presentation. And then on the ends, I go and I clip them all the same length. Now, I can tell you right now, I'm just clipping them with my floral clippers. The optimal way to use your clip to cut your stems would be hydroponic, and that is where you cut your stems at a slant underwater. Not everybody has the means to have a hydroponic cutter, so the best way to do it is just make sure you're cutting your stems at a slant. The reason you are cutting your stems with hydroponic cutter or a knife is because you when you're using clippers like this, you're actually bruising the cells that suck up the water to the bloom. So definitely think about that when you are cutting them. You want to have the least amount of cuts as possible. So then you are going to fold the corner up. I always take another fold so it just looks nice and crisp. Kind of like you're folding a present. And there I have got my bouquet wrapped. When you get to this point, after you've cut your stems, you want to have some source of water. If you had water tubes, actually you want to put water tubes on the end of each one. We are not water tubes is not something common that everybody's going to have unless you are with a florist, or if you can buy them in bulk. And nowadays you can buy them in bulk off of Amazon. So I just tell my students to wrap the ends of it with a wet tissue. You can also, whenever I'm doing any kind of wedding work or wrap bouquets, I will get a little bag of sandwich bag, put a little bit of water in it, slide that on to the end with the wet paper towel, and then I will just rubber band that on the end. And yes, water is going to get out onto your wax tissue paper, and that is absolutely fine. So from there, then you're going to fold it over. You're going to kind of fold it like you're wrapping a present now. And this, you're wanting to do nice creased lines so it gives a nice presentation. So there. Next, just take any ribbon, and then I'm just going to do a simple shoestring bow on here. Something that like you would tie on your sneakers. And very simple, elegant, less is always more. Now we have the ends that are not, I pulled this straight off the roll. So a little trick of the trade, I'm going to place each one over top of the other. You can see me doing that. I'm going to fold that in half, and then I'm going to take my snippers, my ribbon scissors, and I'm going to cut up like a V. And then you let it go, and you've got two really nice sharp clips right there. And that just looks really elegant. And there you have it, a very beautiful, elegant, wrapped bouquet. Subscribe down below and stay tuned for our next lesson.